Wolf here, recapping 2025, which is not technically over yet as we are recording this podcast episode. The New Orleans Saints still have two seventh round picks left in the 2025 NFL draft. But we got lives to live. I had a 5:20 a.m. flight, and Ryan and his lovely wife Bree, it's their wedding anniversary weekend. Man, they're cooking in an 85-degree house at grandma house.
Grandma
So
house, bro.
we we wanted to record. We want to get this out there. So it might be incomplete because by the time we record this, like it might not be done. Like they're probably not gonna have their two picks in the seventh round done. I'll just be honest. But um, drinking my cut water. Gotta talk about the draft class for the 2025 New Orleans Saints. Wolf.
Let's
Uh,
go.
I was I wanted to title. I almost titled this something in that, and so just for people to know. So this pot is going to go until um about 3:40, or technically about 5:40, and then anyone who's a Patreon, there's another pod that's just going to be members only, where we talk about all the insight, all the news that I've heard that went into the war room, draft room, um, all the tea, basically. So that's only Patreon only. So if you're a Patreon, uh, you already set. The link is already out. If you're not a Patreon, patreon.com/Saints Block Party, literally $1 a month, and you can be set up to hear the news I'm going to share, it's also going to be uploaded to our YouTube members as well. But Kellen Moore, we'll see how it works out. But if I squint my eyes, I can see I can see somewhat of a vision. That vision being, uh, in theory, this is all in theory. Hashtag on paper. Feel like we were back here again.
We back, baby.
In theory, you have a good to very good offensive line uh, that's going to rely heavily on Alvin Kamara and Devin Neal. And then I'm assuming Tyler Shuck is going to be the presumed favorite to win the quarterback battle. He was drafted 40th overall. We'll get into the picks, but I'm just thinking, I'm talking a holistic approach. Tyler Shuck presumed favorite to be the starter, who will be able to matric, will be able to throw and take shots down the field to Rashid Shaheed, Chris Olave, and Jawan Johnson. And then they've also potentially have upgraded their defense in this draft by investing a lot of picks, cornerback, defensive tackle, linebacker, a lot of picks, safety on the defensive side of the ball. Like that's holistically the vision.
Okay. I mean, if you say, I mean, that sounds like Dennis Allen, like a Dennis Allen red team. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, we gonna run the ball, take shots, explosive shots down the field, play good defense. I mean, of
But
course,
isn't
every
it?
team wants to do that.
But isn't that what it looks like though? Like, isn't that how like the
Yeah.
team is kind of built up, bro? Like to have a a good offensive line like the Neil pick and the
Hmm.
Devin Neil pick and AK and just I don't know, bro.
Look, I mean, it's if that's the vision, it's not a bad vision. You know, does it scream, look, we're building towards a championship? No. But it screams, we still think there's something here with this roster. So let's
Yes.
compete right now for
Yes.
2026, which has been pretty much mostly the theme, of the off season. Because it's a, it's a, look, it's a compete now roster. When I say compete, I mean like you have veterans on the team. Is what I mean compete.
Hmm.
Like these guys want to play. You know what I'm saying? These guys want to win games. They feel they can win games. Some reason the coaching staff, I don't know about the coaching staff, but the front office feels this roster is built to win right now. So what this draft class does is it supplements the weak areas to where you would think you could go and compete for the division. I don't think that, but I think they think that.
Yes. That feels on the
So
money. It feels on the money. We someone said that I don't want to I don't want to miscredit who said it. it. The Saints have the Saints currently probably have the most boring roster in the NFL currently, bro.
no
Like we're
question.
we are now the Tennessee Titans of the NFL, bro.
Yep, the Titans, bro. Like we have become that team. Just boring. The quarter, even the young, you would think like you draft a young quarterback, it's like ooh, exciting. You know what I'm saying? Even the quarterback boring, bro. Like a 26-year-old, you know, got a little sneaky athleticism, got a nice arm.
Let's. So I know we gotta. So after they draft Kelvin Banks Jr. in round one,
Yeah. Let's recap.
we got to recap it. So I apologize for not attending the festivities Friday night at food poisoning. Uh, we saw it coming, right? There was so much momentum building, building, building. You know, it's kind of at that point became this the most known secret in the league at that point, right? They do the thing. They draft Tyler Shuck from Louisville, quarterback. They break that kind of that curse of what 50 plus years of not drafting a quarterback within the first two rounds. Um, Listen, a lot of people just like last year. It's funny. Just like last year, a lot of people that we trust and respect, Mina Kimes, Greg Cosell, wax poetically that they, Lewis Reddick, wax poetically how they feel about Tyler Shuck and his talent. Todd McShay loves him and feels like he's like a guy, like he's like a guy. And some call him like he might be the best quarterback in this class. That's the thing that people have said about him. Um, and one of the things I have said, and I said it on Twitter yesterday when it happened, is that on the bright side of things, at the very least, Kellen Moore got to pick his guy at quarterback. At the very least, bro.
Right.
And as a new head coach, he should at least be afforded the opportunity to get to pick whoever his guy was at quarterback.
No question. No question, bro. And that I'm completely fine with. Like if he, look at Tyler Shuck and identified him, like okay, this is the dude. Like this is the dude. Now, how much does he love him? You know what I'm saying? Does he love him like, man, this is my franchise quarterback that could lead my franchise to the promised land? Or does he look at it like, we ain't got no quarterback right now. I need to get somebody in here that could run my scheme and we could compete right now. Does he look at him like that? I don't know. I don't know. But he made the pick, and his name is stamped next to his, from here on out. Um, and like you said, like honestly, the first time I heard of Shuck was from Greg Cosell, and he was like that was his second quarterback. Like he really loved his team. I was like, well, who? So I went and watched him. Like I just wasn't seeing it, bro. Like I wasn't. Okay, I saw like okay, he has a nice arm and stuff like that, but I'm like I don't see like anything that's really standing out to me right now. And I still feel that way, but I'm open to being wrong. You know what I'm saying? I hope
Yeah,
I'm wrong actually, because he's a Saint now. And look, I want him to ball out, bro. Like I want him to go and like ball the fuck out, bro. Like
that's it.
That's it, bro. That's it. Because he's a Saint now, man. Like he is a New Orleans Saint, and he is most likely going to be starting quarterback. So I don't, I'm not about to sit here and root against Tyler Shuck or
Nope.
just say, "Oh, this guy sucks." You don't know. We went through the same thing with Spencer Rattler last year. People say, "Oh,
Yep.
it's a fifth round pick. This guy sucks." You gotta let him play, bro. You gotta let him
Got to.
play. You gotta be patient. So and like I said, he has tools. He's sneak athletic. I ain't gonna call him sneak athletic, bro. Like he got some nice little moves when he moves. Nice arm. He's tall. He has that, that's that old school quarterback look to him. Six
He does.
five.
He does.
That Chad face, just
Mm-hmm.
like it just looks like a quarterback. And I think a lot of people like that. So we'll see, bro. But like at pick 40, I mean, I guess another team was in after him. You know what I'm saying? But like we always talked about, like if you identify you got your guy, go get him. They
Go
decided
get
to
him.
go BPA at 9, which we had covered for weeks now, saying probably gonna be BPA at 9, and you're gonna get a quarterback. Either try to get back into the first and get a quarterback, or get one at 40. And look, that's what they did, bro.
They did, and I mean, I guess the biggest thing is like at least they didn't trade any future assets to
Oh
do
man,
anything
thank goodness,
outlandish in the
thank God.
draft. Someone said, sorry. Shout out to Andrew Stevens, $1.99 super chat. Shuck
Thank you, Andrew.
Borg. Listen, as much as someone like me, like so there's not a lot of like Shuck. There's like three Shuck games to watch on YouTube. There's the Boston College game, there's the Notre Dame game, and there's a Miami game. That's it. Like if you're looking for cut ups,
Yeah,
um, the Miami game, I feel like the Miami game is like a little inflated because I watched it and I was like, okay, what? Like I didn't
you didn't
I,
see it.
I didn't see it. If you want to watch a game to not be a fan of Tyler Shuck, do like do not watch that Boston College game because if you watch that
Yeah,
Boston,
that was
you
the
watch
first one I watched. That was the
if you
first one I watched. I'm like, what?
if you watch that
Decided. I
Boston
turned it off.
if you watch that Boston College game, you will be upset. But I watched the Notre Dame game on the flight back this morning, and like he was super impressive in that Notre Dame game, like from start to finish, like everything you wanted to see, and like I just watched it. I was like, okay, like I get it, I see it. Will it work out? Who knows? The one thing I just hope, and I know it's probably not going to happen, is I just truly hope that when all this comes around, training camp, OTAs, I want it to be a legit quarterback competition. I want it to
Yeah, no
be a
question.
competition. I don't want it to be well if Rattler looks like 50% better, then we'll go with like
Yeah,
whoever looks substantially better should be the starting quarterback week 1.
that's what coaches preach, right?
Well,
But
I
we
mean,
see it
we
yeah,
saw it last season.
right. But we see it year in, year out that, you know, like I said, Spencer Rattler was not a pick by Kellen Moore or
Nope.
anybody on his coaching staff. Their name is not tied to him. Their name is tied to Tyler Shuck. So he's just going to have the preferential treatment, just the way it is. In a perfect world, I would love for it to be like a fair competition.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the Dark Knight, Joker cracks the pool cue,
Mm-hmm.
throw it on the ground, and you see who wins. I would love it to be like that, but it's just not, man. Like if it's close with Show, where like okay, it looks like he won't be a disaster out there, he gonna be out there. And it sucks for Rattler, man, because he's doing everything he's supposed to do, to compete. And it's still like it doesn't mean like give up on it. I think Rattler need to go out there and really like force the issue, like
Right.
put it in, just rub it all in their faces. Like you
Like
got to go out there and
like it
shine, bro.
can't be close, bro. It can't be close.
Right. But here's the thing, bro. Like either way, I'm fine. Like as long if the quarterback play is good, no matter the outcome of that, like that's a great thing for us. You know what I'm
Oh
saying? For
yes.
The Saints
Oh
fans.
yes.
You got two young quarterbacks compete, and we mess around, and both of them might be, decent to good. Like Like that's a good thing. That's a good
It
outcome.
is.
So I know some people be like, "Oh, I'm Team Rattler." Or, it's like, man, you're a Saints fan, bro. Like, so if you want to, root for your Saints, you want the best quarterback to hit the field. So whether that's Spencer or Shuck, because look, honestly, like from college prospects, they both are imperfect. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yes.
Spencer had some nice games. Spencer had some things, some questionable things. That's why he went in the fifth round. Um, obviously, where you going in a certain class is different. Like if Spencer was in this class, he probably would have went higher. Who
Hmm.
knows? You know what I'm saying? Tyler Shuck, again, not perfect tape, but you see tools there, just like you saw with Spencer Rattler. So it's gonna be one of them things, man. Where it's like I think the competition should be pretty even. But Spencer Rattler has 7 games of actual NFL action,
Yep.
NFL speed, knowing what it looks like in the worst situation. Like he's seen the worst, playing with freaking, dudes that wasn't even on the team
Bruh.
that week. He playing behind guys like that. So he's seen the worst of it. You know what I'm saying? Tyler Shuck, it's gonna be like a welcome to the NFL moment for
Come
him
on. Yep.
to see how he handles it. Yep.
Uh, be interesting to see if how many how if training camp's going to be open, how many of those practices are going to be open.
Yeah, bro. Gonna be
Uh,
real fascinating.
and here's one thing I do want who Rattler, Shuck, whoever. Come June 1st, Derek Carr needs to be off the team. I need him off the team, bro.
Please.
I need him cut. I need him traded. I, him and Hayner can
IR.
go. Something. I don't care, bro. I don't want the energy. Like I don't want the energy around Tyler Shuck. I don't think he would show up, but I don't want it. I don't need it. And honestly, now that they drafted a quarterback in the second round, I don't think he would show up anyway, bro.
Neither me, bro. Neither me, man. Like, wouldn't it be crazy if he showed up like, hey, shoulder feeling good now? It's like,
Nah, bro. Bro,
nah.
dude, nigga. Sit your, sit your ass down. Dante said gonna really piss me off is Shuck get a chance to play with a healthy team and Rattler never does. Wouldn't that be some shit,
Ain't
bro?
that something, bro? That would be some shit, bro.
Uh,
Rattler just be sitting there shaking his head like,
just
ain't
saying,
that
like,
something?
just ain't this, you see how they do this to me? Um, okay, so in the third, after the Shuck pick in the third round, pick 71, they go back to the Texas roots and draft Vernon Brighton, defensive tackle from Texas, adding to the defense where there's been this theme this offseason, kind of retooling and rebuilding the defensive line.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Interesting guy, real stout. Not like I would call him a pass rushing defensive tackle, but
Mm-mm.
he showed some potential there. Maybe potential he could have there. But I got to watch more on him. I'm not about to give it like a full evaluation on him. Couldn't find much when I did look
That's
for him.
that's that's the thing.
Um,
I will say one positive thing: the last 2.5 years, and shout out to our dude Trav for pointing this out. Most of the time, like Texas defensive tackles have been hits in the NFL the last 2.5 years.
mm,
Like
that's
if
a
you
good
draft,
point.
like don't matter which round you pick them in, they have usually been good ass players. And
Right.
he gets reunited with the defensive line coach who is now with the Saints, Bo Davis. Make sure I'm pronouncing this correctly. Bo Davis. Someone in the YouTube comments, I misspoke and said Bo Dallas on one of our
Oh,
shows a couple months ago, and someone came in and I was like, well, actually, and so I'm sorry for the miss. I'm making sure I'm pronouncing it's Bo Davis. So you have someone in the building who's familiar with him as a player, and so they added Gotchaw via trade with the Patriots, start off free agency, and now they drafted Vernon Brighton. I don't know, bro. I don't know if Bink roll or
hey.
Bink roll and who are the other defensive
Nathan
tackles?
Shepard.
Yeah,
Shepard.
Nathan Shepard roll. I don't know. They might not be might be long for the roster soon, bro.
Nah, bro. And I mean, I was looking at that when free agency hit. I was like, are we gonna keep Bank? Because they ain't really providing much. I know everybody love him, but And look, man, like you said, you got the Bo Davis connection. Terry Joseph.
Yep.
He's the defensive pass game coordinator. He was a DB coach at Texas. Obviously, he wasn't working with the defensive line, but I'm sure he's extremely familiar with the players. So, like, that's a good thing. When you see coaches from a player's college program like co-sign the player, like that's a good thing. Like that means okay, at least like the work ethic and stuff like that, that they they co-sign that stuff. So look, man, he could become a good player. It's a third round pick. Uh, we'll see. We'll see. But obviously, it shows that look, they want to build up the trenches. Offensive line in the first round, defensive line in the third round. They're trying to get back to their trench warfare. Even though we've invested a ton historically, they still gonna keep going back to the well, bro.
Going back to it, like I don't. Here's the thing, bro. I don't want to hear a single thing from Brandon Staley this whole offseason, bro. I don't want to hear nothing from him. Like you,
No,
like, uh, hold on. And then, sorry, I lost my handy dandy screen I had up. And then after that, so in that same round three, pick 93 that they got from Washington from the Commanders trade with the Marshawn trade, they drafted safety Jonas Schenker from Virginia. Tall, lanky, um, didn't see a lot of him. Like I just watched a highlight video. I haven't. I mean, you can't really watch safeties like highlights. You really got to get the all 22 if you're really going to try to evaluate safeties. Um, but saw a lot of him near the like box. Like he made a lot of plays near the line of scrimmage. Um, one of the first things that Kellen Moore talked about him yesterday, mentioned him, being an asset on special teams. I'm sorry, bruh. And I get it, bruh. But like, if you invest in a third round pick on a safety, I don't want to hear the first thing that coming out your mouth talking about special teams. I don't. I don't. I'm sorry. I know how important special teams are. That is not the first thing I want to hear. It's not, bruh. And
especially in this class too, like where your second and third round, there's a lot of good players in the second and third round. And I'm not saying he's not one of them, but it's like the first thing I hear special teams, I just go to sleep, bro. I'm like, oh shit.
because that was the first thing they mentioned when they
Oh,
when they drafted Alante.
Alante. I was like, oh, this guy could help our special teams immediately. Put me to
Oh,
sleep.
Louisiana said Xavier Watts was fire. Falcons took him right after us.
Yeah,
Any? Did you watch anything from Schenker?
absolutely nothing. Uh,
He. I will say this. He's tall. Um, he's a bigger safety. Um,
okay.
and like I said, plays very close to the box. It'd be interesting to see where he gets utilized
Right.
in the defense. Very short tack. It's funny because his play style reminds me a little bit, not as athletic, but does remind me a little bit kind of like a lot of how Alante was used last season at the beginning of last season.
Just
Just
kind of
because
that
he,
tall, rangy, not rangy,
mm-hmm,
but that tall kind of power,
yes,
force player. You know what I'm saying?
yep,
That you can put in the box and move around. Yeah.
yep, yep. So I mean that's what his highlights indicated, and so we'll see. It's just weird. It's a weird feeling. It's like, man, like this is where the premium pick we got from the Commanders, we got from like Marshawn. This is what, and who knows, man? Maybe Sanker is going to be a good player. Hopefully, he is. But
Yeah.
maybe I'm projecting because the first thing that the coach said after he was drafted was special teams. Like it's
Special teams. It's like big
um,
Z's.
round four for pick 112. They drafted linebacker from Oklahoma, Danny Stutzman. Um, I don't know if it's a Pete Warner replacement pick. Uh, seems very much like a good, just I don't know, bro. They got a type, bro. You know how they love white
Yeah.
linebackers. Like they just can't shake it, bro.
No, I saw somebody compare him to like Laurinaitis or whatever. I'm like, I can see it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Uh,
I haven't watched a single clip of him, so I'm not giving you a scouting report. But look, man, like they need. It's another piece for the Brandon Staley defense. Like he has to get his guys in there. You know, they're gonna need linebackers. Within their linebackers, it's like okay.
the the comp that I saw on air that was made was Leo Chenal from the Chiefs, the white linebacker,
Mm,
54.
oh, okay, okay. All right. No, okay.
Um, and then right after that, they drafted the teammate of Tyler Shuck, Quincy Riley, cornerback from
Mm,
Louisville, who I know that
yeah,
you did get to watch a little bit of.
yeah. I peeked at some of his snaps. Targets and stuff like that. Looks like a good. He meets all the specs. You know what I'm saying? Like he physical tackler. I mean, he has outstanding like just ball. Just from what I could see, like ball attacking skills. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Like, I think he has more return yardage than any football player in the
Oh
college game
wow!
last year. Like he returned a lot of. I think he did some punt returns also, some punt return duty. So he just has that natural skill of running with the ball in his hands, attacking the ball. A lot of PBUs. He's a little. I wouldn't say small. He's 5'11". He's kind of under that big corner range you would think, but he's like plays physical. It seems like looked pretty good, bro. Like I said, it was limited in what I saw, but just on first peek, I was like, okay. And we know they needed a corner. We knew they were going to address cornerback at some point. You know what I'm saying? And get one in the fourth round, and it seems like a lot of people had him highly rated as
Right.
far as like maybe second or third round. Get him in the fourth round, like okay, I can roll with that. I like that.
What are your What are your thoughts currently of the cornerback room?
Ooh man, it's I think it's probably the worst it's been since
Like pre Lattimore, bro.
like pre-Lattimore, bro. Like it's probably the worst it's been. I mean, you're hoping Kool-Aid McKinstry takes the step and to become like a CB1 or at best a CB2,
Like a high level CB2.
like a high level CB2, like Paul Debo was. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Um, Even that's asking a lot. You
That's
know
what
what
I'm
I'm saying?
saying, bro.
Like,
That's why I say woof.
you know what I'm saying?
Because
Because I felt
Paulson's good years were good,
right, and he kind of hit the scene good. You know what I'm
hot,
saying? Like,
hot.
so, you hoping for that. Alante, we talked about him at nauseum. Just an inconsistent, up and down player, very scheme dependent on how he's used. Not an outside corner. Um, so but if you put him in a nickel, maybe you can get the best out of him and stuff like that. Then it's like, who knows? I don't know. Like after that, then what?
No
I
idea.
mean, it's gonna be Quincy versus
Rico
Isaac
Payton,
Yadam versus Rico
Yadam,
Payton.
Payton,
like,
bruh.
I just, whew,
Bruh.
it's tough, bro.
Like I don't know if, and I had to see the teams of like what the Falcons did, like what they added at cornerback, what the Rams added at cornerback, because, and I don't think they should do it because I don't. I just think he's an aging player. I think the money he gets paid like his contract's bad. But you just know how this team acts when they desperate, bro. Like the Brandon Staley and the Jalen Ramsey thing, they may make that
Hmm.
call, bro. Like I could see
You
it
might make it, bro.
just
I could
just
definitely
because
see it.
just because of desperation, just because of desperation. 'Cause
Yeah, and Ramsey really liked playing with Brandon
Brandon
Staley
Staley,
in
yep.
that defense. So that wouldn't shock me at all, bro.
But I heard if he had went, oh no, I had heard that Ramsey potentially is okay transitioning to safety like
I
later,
heard that
like
too. Yeah.
yeah. And like,
and
there's
he
not
can
a.
do it.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Um, and then to close out, not the draft because they're still drafting, but to close out the picks up to this point, in the sixth round, the Saints drafted Devin Neal, running back from Kansas, so they actually do get some juice.
We got some juice, baby.
Got some juice, got some juice. Um, just a player, he like him being drafted and Kelvin Banks being drafted. I and then Tyler Shuck. I really kind of could see the vision that Kellen Moore has. I don't know if it's
Mm-hmm.
going to work. I really don't know if it's going to work, but I could kind of see what he had built in Philly and what worked in Philly, what worked in Dallas a little bit, and him taking bits and pieces of it, and he's gonna try to have those elements in New Orleans. Um, my thing I come back to is just the wide receiver room, the tight end room for the Saints are just like the depth is so razor thin, even with adding
Oh yeah.
Brandon Cooks. And I'm tired of this team. I'm tired of this team utilizing injuries as an excuse. I don't want like if Chris Olave gets dinged up, if Rashid Shaheed gets dinged up, you can't like I don't want to hear oh well we blah 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 like Jawan Johnson led the team in receiving yards with over like 500 receiving yards last year,
It's ridiculous.
and the deepest, a super deep tight end draft. They did add a running back, albeit in round six. It seems like malpractice to not. And I'm saving this for our Patreon only show, but it's it feels like Kellen Moore is doing what Sean Payton did, of like we like the guys in our room, but he has not won a Super Bowl as a head coach. He only did it as an
Right.
OC with an elite offensive line, but he also had like elite weapons. Like you had AJ Brown and like Devontae Smith. So that's the funny part, bro.
Right. And he's operating on I like the guys in our room, but it ain't his room. Like this is remnants of the DA room slash. It's like the offense struggled last year, bro. And yes, due to injuries. But before that, the year before that, they struggled. Well, that was Pete Carmichael's fault. So, like, okay, is this going to be a scheme thing where the scheme is going to fix the offense? I mean, I like Kelly Moore, but like, damn, I don't know about all that, bro. Like, this team needed some juice, bro. That's the most disappointing thing about this draft.
Yes.
And like I like Devin Neal. Don't get me wrong. Like finally,
Yes.
he got some kind of juice. But he's a 5'8" running back. He's not what you would call like a home run hitter or nothing like that. He's a good productive running back that's gonna physical. I think he's gonna be a really good addition to the team. But like there's so many chances to draft juice on this team
They
in
just
every round, Adam, and they
yeah.
just
We'll
just
save
ignored it.
we'll
Just
save,
ignored it,
we
bro.
gonna save it, bro. We'll save it for they'll probably knowing them they'll probably add juice in these two final juice picks in the seventh round, bro. They'd be like, here niggas, here,
Yeah,
here,
damn.
Andrew Armstrong, here's a house, nigga.
Yeah,
Um,
damn.
and then I guess one other thing, because this is not under wraps or anything. When you Tony said maybe a new coaching staff that actually believes in warming up before practice will mitigate some of those injuries. Maybe, but then I just look at it from the other aspect of look at what literally every other team, not just in your division, in the NFL is doing. And this is the thing that I find the most perplexing. And you said it on our little mini live stream we did earlier. Like you just drafted a quarterback, Tyler Shuck at 40, and yeah, like you got him a left tackle potentially at 9 overall in round one. But you know what else like helps Tyler Shuck be successful? Weapons. Like
Yeah.
the like you flood your I was about to say young quarterback. You flood your quarterback with weapons. And in this draft alone, we have seen the Texans, the Texans get Jayden Higgins and Jalen Noel. We saw the Chargers get Trey Harris and Omari Hampton. We saw the Bears with Caleb Williams. They got him. Colston Loveland, round two. We're going to get Luther Burton. Sean Payton. They took your dude, RJ Harvey. And then they took a wide receiver from Illinois, Pat Bryan. The Browns took Judkins, and then they took the running back from Tennessee, Dylan
Mm.
Sampson, and they took Harold Fanning Jr.
Fanning. Yep.
So it's not. Oh, I think the Texans also did they draft? No, they didn't draft Woody Marks. Oh yeah, they did draft Woody Marks. So you have teams around the entire fucking league overdosing on weapons, overdosing on
OD.
juice.
In a historical draft, historically, that has one of the deepest drafts ever with running backs and tight ends.
But
And you don't leave, well, you leave with a running back, but you don't get like your pick of them. Like you had a chance to get your pick of the tight end, your pick of the running back. Oh man, that just feels like a huge missed opportunity to address the defense. With I'm not saying these players are going to. I don't know if these players are going to be good or bad, but
right,
these players aren't screaming like, man, they're going to come in and change the defense. You know what I'm saying? Like,
mhm,
who are they going to have are they going to have that level of impact? I don't know if I see it right now. Could be completely wrong. I could be completely wrong. Maybe Quincy comes in and he's like a just starter from day one at cornerback, or
maybe.
maybe the defensive tackle comes in and he's like just a terror and just completely change the defensive line. Okay, I'm proven wrong, but I'm just not seeing it right now, bro.
Not seeing it, bro. So someone said in the chat, is that Keenan Allen theory still out there? Might explain not drafting one. Okay, okay. One, Keenan Allen is like in his 30s. Two, Keenan Allen only wants to play. I was told really wants to play on the West Coast. He only really wants to play back in LA with the Chargers. So or maybe staying in Chicago. But with them drafting Luther Burton, I don't even know if he would. So at this point with Keenan Allen, like unless they were to massively overpay for Keenan Allen, don't even know if he wasn't give Keenan Allen was not giving the Saints the time or day during free agency. Now free agency does have does have a way of humbling people. So
Oh yeah,
maybe he'd be open to it. But like that's not smart team building because
no,
the draft is about adding young juice.
right.
Keenan Allen is not young juice. No offense to Keenan Allen. That's a band-aid. They
Right.
felt they did that with Brandon Cooks.
Right. Yeah, you don't make draft decisions for that, and it's just that's the only thing I just couldn't shake this whole draft is just because we talked about it for months, bro, leading up to the draft. Like, no way they don't leave this draft with two running backs and a
They said
tight end.
bet.
You know what I'm saying? Like, they say, shit, we got McDonald's at home, boy. We
They
don't need
said,
that.
they said watch this. All right. So we're gonna stay on. The Saints are on the clock right now to make their first pick of the seventh round, and then after they make that pick, we're gonna end this one, and then hop into our Patreon only episode. So again, you got to be a Patreon, patreon.com/SaintsBlockParty, and get into the nitty gritty of what went on during uh draft week. And I'll say this, like some everything is still not fully fleshed out yet because I mean the draft's not even over yet. So there's going to be more information that comes out over the next couple of days, the next week or two. Um, so I'm going to only really speak to what I know um, now.
Right.
Um, Rex said if the first time someone heard of Tyler Shuck is Cassell, then they don't watch college football. Rex, we don't watch college football. Yeah, he's been
Rex.
around. Yeah.
Yeah. How long you been listening to this podcast? We say over. I tell you over and over. I don't watch college football, and don't plan on watching college football. I don't watch prospects until the end of the season. Okay.
Okay, bro. Okay, Mark, can we get Rex out of here? Can we get Rex out of here?
Bye, Rex. Bye.
'Cause, um, and I think we've been as much as not a fan of Shuck. I have been through the process. I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt, and I hope he balls the fuck out
Absolutely.
because he's the New Orleans Saints, bro.
Absolutely.
Um,
Absolutely.
okay, so the Dallas pick is in. Oh, it's taking forever. Um, Let me check in with the chat. Jay Sean said, I didn't hear nothing about Shuck until late March. Who that's Giovanni Martinez said the problem with the Saints is that there's so many needs in the draft and you couldn't address all of them. Yeah, I mean that's partly it. That's
Yeah, I
part.
mean you're not gonna address every need in this draft, especially this team. What's wrong, baby? You hot?
Is you calling me? I'm gonna show where I'm going.
All right. But yeah, you're not gonna address every need. But god damn, if you got a draft that's like a strength in a certain area, you would think you would attack that. You know what I'm saying? Like
You would attack the strength. Um, Dante said didn't even expect all the needs to be addressed. Just wanted some juice.
that's it, bro.
We just wanted to be like that fun team, like not even the fun team, but like the team that like like if you saw the Saints on Red Zone, like you wouldn't
Yeah.
immediately be like, oh, let me turn this shit off right now, bro.
Right, exactly. Exactly. Like you know how much of a struggle it was last year. Like, it was a struggle, bro. I mean, first two games. We had the first two games, no lie. And look,
Can't take away.
maybe Kellen is operating off that. Kellen saw them first two games and say, okay, that's our potential. Like we could potentially be that for the whole season.
And
Maybe
and
they're
I
operating off that.
and I think partly the like because the offensive line was so great in those two games, he's like, okay, now we get a good left, you get a good left tackle. We don't have to worry about Trevor Penning, like because I again.
Oh,
Oh, hold on. Oh, I don't. Hold
pick
on.
is
I haven't
in.
seen. I know the pick is in. Let's see. Oh, it's a tight end. More juice. Moliki
Kellen,
Mata. I can't even
they
say that.
say here niggas, damn. Here's your running back and your tight end.
Tight end.
Shit. Shut up.
There you go.
At
More
UCLA, you
juice.
familiar with him?
No, not even a little bit.
Let me see. He's a limited prospect match.
Of course he is, bro.
On our make sure if you know you know.
You know that there's one thing that about this whole process that we have is that data don't miss, bro.
Nah, bro. 6'6", 260, ran a 4.8, 32 inch and a half vertical. Interesting, man.
I'll watch some of them. I'll watch some of them. Okay,
He's a
so
senior.
we gonna end this episode and we're gonna hop into the other episode, which is Patreon only. So we appreciate y'all. We love y'all. We gonna talk some tea. So if you're a Patreon, hop in the other. The link has been posted in our Patreon in the Discord. So we will see y'all in the other episode. If you're not a Patreon, perfect time to become a Patreon. Patreon.com/Saints Park Party. With that, we are out.
Peace.